All right, guys, a few quick updates for you in the garage. So this is the winch. I put a couple videos on it, and I previously had recommended using the cheap Amazon eBay synthetic. It's in the trash, and there's a reason for that. I've had to change it twice already. It doesn't hold up very long. The coating on it's not very good. It wears out, and it breaks when you try to pull out swamp buggies. So this is Amsteel Blue. This is the best you can get. It's the sailing stuff. This is what I recommend. I am going back on what I said before. I used to use this for years, and then I said I'd give the cheap stuff a try. Seemed like it was working okay, and then I tried two different brands of the cheap stuff. Cheap stuff meaning $20 for 50 feet of 1/4 inch, and did not last. So I went to LFS Marine, and I got the Amsteel Blue. You buy it by the foot, so I put 60 feet on here, a 1/4 inch. So it's a wide spool winch, so it fills it up quite nicely. And it's about 3 or 4 times more expensive. But your winch line won't break, and you'll probably be able to get out of the hole. So, worth it. So, unlike most people on the internet, I will admit when I'm wrong. So, stop buying the cheap shit. Buy the good stuff if you can afford it. The Amsteel Blue synthetic. The size you need depends on the winch you have. You have a 5,000, you want 1/4 inch. If you have a 3,000, you could also put 1/4 inch. Probably not a bad idea, but you could also do 3/16. So, there's that. Air suspension is working great, which is why it fits in the garage. Squatted right now, obviously. I'm having some issues with my Big Red, and I'm not really having issues with my Big Red. So my buddy Lars bought a Big Red, and it didn't run. So I helped him troubleshoot it, and in the process we found out he needed a CDI. So I gave him my CDI and went to order another one. Well, it turns out 85 Big Reds have this stupid 6-pin circular connector, and that's only like the first half of 85. Most four-wheelers have a different style connector. I don't know where that CDI is. I have another one around here somewhere. But anyways, I tried these eBay aftermarket CDIs. I tried some ones off other machines. But bottom line is this connector is really rare on a Big Red CDI, and it's hard to find, and I can't get one to work. So what I'm actually going to do is order the connectors to convert my wire harness to the new style, which is 2 separate connectors. Same total of 6 pins, should work just fine. And I'll stop messing with these old CDIs that don't work. A lot of parts of that bike are obsolete, so I screwed myself by giving away my one good CDI, but it's okay because I love Lars. Anyways, other updates, the Jeep. I did a lot of donuts with it last weekend, and the tires, the driver rear tire started leaking. A really slow leak. It took like 3 days to get below 20 PSI. So that's very annoying. Slow leaks are hard to diagnose. So I soaped it, couldn't see anything. Inspected for nails, couldn't see anything. Submerged it in a water trough, didn't see any bubbles. So either it fixed itself in the process of being driven around at 20 PSI, which means it was probably a bead thing, right? The bead reseated after driving at low PSI and the sidewall flexing, or it's a leak that only happens when the weight of the truck's on it, which is very annoying. Things I'm waiting on the Jeep to do, my front long travel shocks, I still only have one of those in, so I still need to do those. These are still the Rubicon shocks, which are wasting a little bit of front end travel if you ask me. The RCVs are working great. You can see the orange thing there, that's the RCVs. Totally overkill upgrade, but it does feel really nice off-road, especially under a big load like pulling a trailer through sugar sand. And you may notice that the 300 is gone, and that's because I sold it yesterday, because last time I rode it I couldn't walk for 3 days. The problem with the slower, older Hondas at Holopau is you cover a lot of ground, and on something like a 300 with 32s, there isn't enough suspension to cover ground and keep it with a side-by-side and also not destroy your spine. Also, I need more room in here for a project. So, this is the current Mud Puppy fleet, if you will. Old school, and then these are 2021s. Yeah. And of course, as you saw yesterday, there is a beautiful BMW out there, which I might try to park in the garage. So I might put the Talon back out in the carport. We'll see. I'm to play with that stuff. But a little update for you. Don't buy this shitty winch line. You can see how it failed. It's garbage.